Okay, so last time you were here, you were telling me about that you're about to get out of the military and you were quite overwhelmed with trying to find a job. Um, has anything changed since last time we talked?
Well, the job hunt continues, but just trying to do what I can to prepare.
Do you feel less stressed or you feel the same way?
Well, I'm a little less stressed, but um, I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't still like some pressure that I'm feeling.
And you said you were doing some things to prepare. What have you done?
Well, I've spent more time on my resume, and I'm trying to refine that, and just network and talking to some of my veteran friends that have done it, and you know just getting tips on what they did.
So being a little more proactive in it calmed your nerves down a little bit.
It's I I guess just taking steps in the right direction has really helped me out to uh, you know even if it's the wrong thing, like I'm doing something. So
And what I'm
uh,
hearing is that when you're doing something makes you feel like you've got a little bit more control
yep,
of that,
definitely.
which makes you feel better. Okay, well that's good. So if you could describe like a not a perfect job because nothing's perfect, but the type of job that would make you happy, what would that look like? What type of work, hours, pay?
Well,
Something realistic though.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to find something that pays me close to what I make now, because obviously, I have a lifestyle that I'm used to now,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to get a job where I have, where I'm going to take a step back financially, and and have to, you know, cut corners like financially, and be
Right.
strapped. So, but I'm pretty wide open about different stuff. Like I'm willing to, think outside the box and do different things. But at the end of the day, like it's gonna be financially driven. Like
Right.
happiness. I mean, at least for temporarily, happiness for me is gonna have to, come second to getting the job done, paying bills.
So financial stability or making close to what you make now is number one. And then what about like hours or the type of work, office work? Um,
Well, I don't want to do anything in like sales or
you're gonna
anything
work
where
outside,
I'm on a desk. Yeah, I want to work
so
outside.
no desk.
I like to work with my hands. I like to be involved in stuff like that. So
Okay.
definitely not a desk guy.
Okay. So let's brainstorm some goals. Um, so we're just gonna go through this. No idea is off the wall or crazy if it comes into your head. Um, we'll go ahead and write it down, and then we'll go back over it later and pick things off that don't belong. But for the time being, just be free with it. So your goal is to make what you're making now and not have a desk job. Those are your two top priorities. So why don't you tell me some ideas you have of what you could do?
Well, I've been looking at going into law enforcement,
Okay.
um, mostly because it's obviously not um, excessively, admin related. Um, you know, I think it'd be, kind of a no-brainer because I can, I'm used to wearing a uniform. I know how to exist within a chain of command. Um, So I think that for the most part, it would be the most direct fit. The only thing I'm worried about there is the financial because police officers don't make a ton of money. But
Okay.
you know,
What's another idea?
I've also been looking at working in the oil industry or natural gas industry, which is a little bit more time intensive, different, kind of oddball schedules here and there, but yeah, financially, it'd probably be the best.
Okay. And then can you give me, I don't know, two more?
I brainstormed like getting a CDL and being like going into trucking,
Okay.
but I think at the end of the day, like I'm gonna end up spending too much time away from home, or at least more than I'm willing. And then I also looked at going into uh, like manufacturing, uh, maintenance, maintenance related stuff.
And then how that maintenance job, how is that financially?
I mean it's middle of the road, but they're harder to come by, so it's a more of a rare, I guess, at least in this area, right? And so I don't want to move, so.
Right. You don't know. Would that fulfill your financial income desire?
I think so, but the thing is, I don't have a lot of the certifications,
Okay.
so I'd have to get some sort of. I'd have to get certified in something.
Okay. So we've got four ideas. And then you were already kind of going through the next step, which is to, figure out, maybe pros and cons, or something that you're really excited about. And then you can start crossing off other things. So for law enforcement, you said it probably wouldn't make as much, but it's also not a desk job.
Yeah.
And then the natural gas industry, the schedule's bad, but the money is good. Truck driving, again, schedule bad, money good. And maintenance, the jobs are hard to find and you need some certifications. So which one do you think you should cross off?
Trucking, I would say.
Trucking?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I mean, I would still use it as like a last resort. Like if I can't find anything else, like I can always do that.
how about what else? If you wanted to do maintenance, we could make a plan on like what you would need to do to get certified. Law enforcement, since it's not making the money you want, we could brainstorm like how to supplement income, or if you want to set some goals to try and get some resumes out to natural gas companies. What would you rather do?
Well, I'm probably going to focus on, at least for the meantime, I'm probably going to focus on the higher paying jobs in the oil and natural gas industry.
Okay.
Just because, if I get one of those jobs, even if, the hours are terrible or whatever, like that'll buy me time to get certified in something else or what have you. So that's probably the direction I'm going to go in.
That makes sense. Okay, so then next, let's come up with, since you feel so much better when you feel like you're in control, let's make a plan and start getting this change process moving. What do you think stands between not being employed and a job in the natural gas industry? What do you think you need to do?
I just need to get my foot in the door. Like I need to send out resumes. Find out, specifically any companies that are hiring.
So maybe do a job search.
Yeah.
Do you have any like role models in the industry? Not necessarily somebody you look up to, but somebody that has the job that you want that you could.
I have a neighbor that works in that industry, and I'm told that his company is hiring. So I'm going to talk to him and find out particulars, and then figure out a point of contact that I can send a resume to, like maybe somebody in HR or something like that.
Somebody that knows somebody, maybe
Yep.
put in a good word for you. Okay, that sounds good. So, do you think you could commit to finishing your resume and sending it out to one company after you do a job search and see if there's any openings? And then also reach out to your friend and maybe get information on his company. Do you think you could do that before the next visit? So,
Yeah.
The next week or two?
Yeah, definitely.
You want to commit to that?
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Okay, well, that sounds like a good plan. Thank you for coming in. Do you have any other questions or anything?
No, I think you covered it all, Doc. I think we're good.
Okay.